This audio fiction may contain elements not suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised.
The small group finds themselves on a humid island. The nature is overgrown thickets, with large leaves and tall, lush trees. They're just off the beach and away from the tides.
Well, here we are. The home of the return of magic.
The others look around at their environment and atmosphere.
Can't you feel it?
Something feels odd about this place, certainly.
Eshai shudders. The heavy scent of burning in the air is incongruous.
Does anybody else smell burning?
I do.
Me as well. That at least means the rumors we've heard may be true. That there are people here using magic.
I know. We may be among the first to use magic.
Since it's still early morning, should we scout at least? Find us a place to camp.
We must. It is difficult to know just how deep the forest here is. I suspect that these magic users may not be easy to find.
The group approaches the forest. Eshai draws her sword. She leaves a cut on the bark of a tree.
I'll leave one of these every few trees so we do not become lost.
What a fantastic idea! We should keep within earshot of one another. There is almost no light coming through the leaves above.
Yes, and we could lose track of time here with no light to guide us.
Alejandro looks up at the thick blanket of leaves.
There's a lot of animals above us.
Probably at our feet, too.
Yes, keep on your guard.
Tichlynna places an additional log on the fire. She sits, watching their food cook. Her companions work on creating the various poultices, powders, and other medicines for their people. She becomes tense.
Do you feel that?
A shift in the spirit's moods.
What could have shifted their mood so noticeably?
I am not sure. This happens so rarely.
We shall see. Be on your guard, though. You know what happened before when our ancestors ignored the change.
Yes, we all know too well.
Would such tragedy happen so soon since the spirits were last appeased?
Perhaps you would do better with preparing a reading of what the spirits want from us.
That sounds agreeable. I will begin working immediately.
Nikan, Eshai, Malia, and Alejandro stop at a patch of bushes. The bushes bear a multitude of berries.
Are they safe to eat? They smell good.
Maybe.
Eshai looks up at a group of small primates in the trees above them.
Are they eating them?
The others look up at the monkeys as well. They watch the small group eating from their hands.
It's hard to see from here.
Well, if they are eating these berries, they are probably safe to eat.
There have been dozens of berry bushes around here. Eating poisonous ones, bare minimum, will make us sick. At worst, we may die.
Not the sort of thing you want to wager on an assumption.
Then what do we do?
They may get angry if we try knocking some of what they're eating from their hands.
And there's no way of telling how many of them there are. We could be swarmed and overrun.
Or we can go hungry.
Nikan reaches for a branch. With some effort, he pulls himself into the tree.
That is one way to find out, I suppose.
Nikan makes his way to where the monkeys sat eating. His boots rest on a lower branch. He has an unobscured line of sight to the primates. He freezes when several of the monkeys turn to look at him.
I was not expecting to draw attention to myself.
Tichlynna, Kiinatari, and Seties watch from a nearby tree.
Instead of harming the monkeys, he goes up to them?
Apparently so.
He is intriguing.
And he is a sea dweller?
You think he's the cause for the shift in the spirits?
We may not want to go that far. There are others with him.
So what do we do about them?
Our people do not like visitors. They may not bode well for us.
After gathering our materials, we should return through the forest. We can keep ourselves from being easily found by these visitors there.
The group of sea dwellers walk through the jungle, eating handfuls of berries. They mark their taken path carefully and remain wary of the nearby animals. When no light would filter down through the thick overhead leaves, the group elects to return to the beach. The 3 young sages of the tribe return to their home village just before sunset. Together they walk to their elders' home and wait to be invited in.
What troubles you, young sages?
We are not troubled as much as we are confused.
So you sensed the change in the spirit's moods earlier this day?
Yes, and it was such a sudden shift.
We have not heard of such a thing happening before now.
Do not trouble yourselves over the ways of the spirits. We can feel their moods, and we can appease them. But the spirits are the ones who ultimately decide the fates of all people.
So you do not want to hear of what brought us straight to you?
Oh? And what was that?
There are people there, newcomers.
The one is intuitive beyond that of most visitors to our home.
We did not get to see much of his companions, though.
We did not. We can, if you see it fit for us to do so.
Do not concern yourself with such things. Not unless you see it fit to interact with them, should you see them again.
You think they are bound to leave soon?
How many explorers succumb to the elements of our home to leave immediately for their creature comforts?
You do bring up a fair point, dear elder.
If you are meant to meet these visitors, the spirits will make it so.
I still want to know what it is the spirits want. I want to know what made them change their mood so quickly.
Then do what you see fit. But we are safe here in our village. There are no dangers for us to encounter.
I will let you know what I find, dear elder.
Nikan and his companions prepare their campsite. They have dry wood from the forest floor, and they have the means to catch and cook fish. With a campfire sufficiently away from the water, they are able to comfortably rest.
Nikan, were you able to find out just what it was you heard today when you were looking at the monkey's food?
My guess is another animal on a branch above me.
Are you not concerned?
Not at all.
Not even with the possibility that these islands are really a mirage.
We watched the island for days before coming here. Certainly that, and us still standing on the sand and dirt here, proves that the island is not some illusion.
Nikan does have a point.
Thank you.
But there is a counterpoint. There are no records of this island existing a few years ago.
The world's lands and waters change all the time.
Are you not worried about this unexplored area and what we may find here? It may go better were we to instead explore with a group of people that know what they're doing and what to expect.
You want us to bring more people here to disrupt this nearly pristine spot of nature? I think not.
You want this place to remain as it is?
Don't you? Look at it. It's beautiful.
I suppose. But you seem to be talking more like you are wanting to live here.
I suppose so.
There is a peacefulness to this place.
Regardless of all that, these fish should be good to eat. We should have us a nice meal and then get some sleep. We do want to see if the rumors are true about this place having magic, and we're better off doing so when we're healthy and well rested.
With the sun climbing overhead, the 4 sea-dwelling explorers awaken. A quick look at their surroundings gives them an uneasy feeling.
Why would a ship be here? Would your father have reason to come back early?
No, he knows we wanted left here for a week.
I cannot make out the details of the ship from here.
So we can get close to the ship and find out why they're here?
Yes, and when we find out they're here because of the rumors of magic... Oh, what then?
Maybe we should ask some of them what they're doing here.
I'll need some food if I'm going to run off somebody wanting to poach the secrets of magic.
To the berry patch first, then.
Several men carry sacks with them. They watch their footing and look around for the various poisonous creatures that inhabit such forests. They make their way into the outskirts of the forest. From the forest canopy, the various sages of the native tribe watch the island's visitors.
They do not look friendly.
They don't look like the ones we saw yesterday.
Then where are the ones you saw before?
We have not found them again.
They may not have survived the night.
I feel as though watching this group here is more important than finding the others.
I agree. The other group were sea dwellers. These ones here are all land dwellers.
Strange. Those groups don't normally mix.
The group of sages follow the land dweller visitors via the tree branches. The village elder begins a divination ritual. Shells, bones of dead animals, ashes, and beads are tossed into a wooden bowl. When a strange pattern of soot comes from the bowl, the leader takes a step back.
Your moods have shifted greatly, spirits. Do you really mean to show me this?
The soot remains still in its strange shape.
You mean to tell me that good and bad omens immediately follow? Fascinating. You spirits will sort out the details and the bringers of each omen, I'm sure. But how will we know which is which?
The shape of the divining materials changes. Eman looks down at the new shape.
With our third sight, while it's normally for sacred rituals, if that is what you ask of us, we will prepare the serum.
Nikan makes his way into a tree. He is unable to hear the conversation of the other sailors from a distance, but he has the intent to know who or what he was dealing with before he would act. Mindful of serpents and toxic plants, the sea dweller moves through the tree branches. On the ground, Eshai, Malia, and Alejandro follow the other visitors through the bushes and tall grass.
What do you think they intend to do?
I have no idea. I haven't been able to hear a word they said.
That is part of our problem.
If they are here for magic, Nikan will find out soon enough.
Nikan stops when he hears a rustling noise. He looks around for the source. Deciding that he may have drawn too close and been heard or seen by the other island visitors, he waits.
What was that?
It was just your imagination. Let's keep moving forward. We have a lot of ground to cover.
I'm not certain it was nothing.
Then it was just some jungle animal.
You think so? And that we should just leave?
Who else is going to be on an uninhabited island?
You may have a point, but what if the animal follows us?
Then we kill it.
The group shrinks into the distance. Their conversation becomes indistinct as they move deeper into the jungle. Nikan reaches for a new vine to continue moving unseen through the trees.
What was that?
What was what?
You didn't feel that sudden movement?
No.
No matter what it was, we need to keep going. These visitors seem acutely aware they're being watched.
They're already getting ahead of us.
Tichlynna and Zuii move further up into the branches.
What's happening?
Kiinatari plunges through the canopy of vines, leaves and branches. Nikan watches a woman fall through the leaves and vines around him. He is stunned briefly by the sight before he brings himself to react. He snatches at her clothing. The young woman's body rebounds briefly before Nikan loses his grip. Kiinatari thuds to the ground. She remains still. Nikan slides down a nearby vine to a branch, and then a few other small steps until his boots are on the ground. Eshai, Malia, and Alejandro kneel beside the young woman.
Can you move?
Are you in pain?
Kiinatari blinks several times. Pain was everywhere in her body. She looks up at the small group.
I tried to catch her.
I'm fine. Back away from me.
Fine. You just fell a fair distance.
Maybe she is.
Kiinatari pushes herself to her feet. Although in pain, she staggers forward.
You fell and probably shouldn't be walking. Let us help you.
We just want to help.
That could be true, but it might not be.
Maybe we should carry her, or at least help her walk.
Probably. She is hurting herself just trying.
Kiinatari just fell.
What was that?
She fell to the ground.
What? We need to go down to help her.
There's a group with her already.
Oh no. What should we do?
We shouldn't lose the other group too. Zuii, come with me. Seties, follow them and make sure they don't hurt Kiinatari.
Right.
Tichlynna and Zuii hurry deeper into the canopy. Seties climbs to a lower branch.
You cannot possibly make it home in your condition.
I am going to try.
This is ridiculous.
Nikan walks in front of the woman. He bends down, scoops her up, and carries her cradled in his arms.
Where are we going?
Like I would tell you that.
Then we'll take you to our camp and wait for your friends to find you.
When the young woman doesn't reply, Nikan shrugs his shoulders.
We have some time. We can try to find where she lives while there's daylight left.
That makes sense enough.
We can worry about everything else later. She may need her injuries treated, though.
I doubt she intends on sitting still and letting us do that, though.
Right, that makes perfect sense. Deeper into the jungle we go.